Hello, my name is Ro Heinitz. In this video I'm going to be showing you how to make your own wooden fishing net from scratch using raw materials that you can purchase at a lumber store. I have quite a bit of experience with making my own wooden fishing nets. I have my very own company where I sell these nets, and I figured in this video I would be sharing my knowledge and information with all of you guys so you can pursue the same passion that I greatly enjoy and that I spend a lot of my time working with. So if you stick along, I'll show you the process and materials that are used in this process. So the first part about making a net that you're going to start out with is the handle design. So I have 3 different handle designs here, all different sizes, and they all serve a different purpose. You're going to choose material, aka what wood are you going to use in your handle, and then design is the size. So today we're building a creek net. So I wouldn't use this handle in a creek net because it's a larger handle, and this is more of a boat net, or if you're a guide on the South Platte River, this is also the net handle you'd use. This handle is for bigger rivers and probably bigger fish, but it's a wading net handle still. So it's not a boat net because of the length, but you still have a little bit of a longer choke up, and it's just more of a larger wading net. This last handle, which is the design we're going to be using today, is more of a creek net, smaller handle, everything's smaller on the creek net, and once you mark and cut out your handle, you would be going on to strips next. So here's a whole bunch of strips I've already cut. I'll pop a video of cutting some of these strips. So you're going to want to cut them to about 1/8 of an inch. That's what I like. You find whatever thickness you would enjoy. And then once you have all these cut up, it's time to throw them in the steam box and start cooking them.
Well, I'm on a train. I'm going to Chicago. Your big brown eyes staring out the window, looking out on this big blue sky, looking out on this big blue sky.
Alrighty, now that I got all these strips cut, I will now be sanding them flat to where they're even all the way up and down, and that all of these strips are uniformed. I will only use 3 of these for one net, but when I do my stuff, I like to do batches, so that's why I got all these now. Okay, so this is my steam box right here. So the reason we use a box instead of just piping hot steam on it is so it can contain the steam and allow these strips to really warm up and really start cooking in there. So we're going to insert all these strips into the steam box, and we'll start the steam box, and we'll come back in about an hour or 2 to bend these once I have them all steamed up and they're cooking.
Well, Well, I'm on that plane that you see up there. Well, I got you a ticket and all that goes with it. So come on, let's fly. Oh.
Alright, now that we have all these strips steamed and bent, and now that they're dried up, we're going to glue them up. For this, you're going to want to use a waterproof glue. The two that I tend to use is Gorilla Glue and Type On 3. They're both really good waterproof glues. I found that Type On 3 is the easier glue to use in this case. But if your strips are still a little wet and you're in a rush, Gorilla Glue makes a great glue for this process.
Oh, I'd love to see the world with you. 'Cause I've turned towards the east and I've come back west, but it just ain't the same in sunshine or rain. I'd love to see the world with you. Oh, I'd love to see the world with you. On a highway road, all is sacred, you know, as you move in the hollows of my mind.
The woodshop can be an extremely dangerous place. This is why you have to wear your PPE, your personal protection equipment. I don't mess around with my safety. That's why I use 3M products, from their safety glasses to their respirators to protect my lungs. They create some of the best personal protection equipment. Along with their PPE, they also create some of the finest sandpaper you will ever find and ever use in your own shop at home. I extremely recommend 3M products, and I have used them for 4 years and I've never been disappointed. They create a product that will stand by you as the customer. Thank you 3M for sponsoring this video. Alrighty, so now that we have the net shaped to be kind of a net and it's glued up, we're going to start off by cutting off our excess strip material, and then after that we'll sand it flush to the handle, and then we're going to sand this whole net completely flat, and then we're on to our next section after we get it to that stage.
Only the stars know where we'll go. Why don't you come with me this time? I've been walking these streets, in cities and in towns, but the truth be told, it's a lonely road. I'd love to see the world with you. Oh, I'd love to see the world with you. Well, let it be known I've survived on my own. The only thing carrying me the wind, yet wherever I roam with my makeshift home, there's a place for you to be.
Okay, so now that after we marked the holes, what we're gonna do is we're gonna drill the holes. I just went through this process and I forgot to film it. So every hole you marked on it, you're gonna wanna drill. I like to do this step before I start getting into sanding, because that way all these little burrs and all the little burrs and bumps are created by the drill will come off with sanding, and it just decreases your time sanding. And then after we get all these holes drilled, we begin the sanding process. So when you're sanding, you're going to want to go from a higher grit or a lower grit to a higher grit, so it's kind of A little counterintuitive if you've never done it before. So 80 grit is where you want to start, and you're going to want to end somewhere at 400, maybe 220, something like that. But so yeah, after we get all the holes drilled, that's our next step.
I'm leaving today, going to Chicago, and I hope you'll say you're big. I'd love to see the world. I'd love to see the world. I'd love to see.
Alright, so the next step that we have is finishing the wood. So I use a spar urethane, such as this one. It's a waterproof finish. It's also very UV resistant. So I'm going to put oil on all of this, and then we will see the finished product.
With you too. Oh, I'd love to see the world with you too. Yes, I'd love to see the world. I'd love to see the world. I'd love to see the world.